Hey guys, running solo today. Running a little bit late on my WrestleMania box break-in predictions, so I am running without Lucas. He's not really following wrestling right now. So I figured rather than just have him sit down there and ask little things, we'll do a quick little video. I'll show you these cards that came in the road to WrestleMania, which I put off, and I tried to get around to doing the prediction video. I tried to get someone special to come in, and then he came over this morning. We hung out, played pinball, played card games all day. Then he left, and I forgot to do the video. So my apologies. So I will do the predictions while we do the cards, and we'll knock two things out with one stone. So the pre-show for WrestleMania. Now let me just preface this by saying this WrestleMania is one of the ones I am least excited for in years. Very much no card has been so weak that just anticipation-wise, very, very disappointed with it. Right down the line, I'm actually going out to play pinball for a bit tonight instead of watching the whole thing. And I've watched right from the first WrestleMania. I watched WrestleMania 1. I was hyped for it. It was unbelievable. WrestleMania 3 with Andre the Giant in the Pontiac Silverdome. I mean, I've seen just about all of them. And this is the one that really, not very interesting. I think they dropped the ball big time, and hopefully they get their act together. So on the pre-show, there's the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which is a chance for all the undercard players to get a shot. And I'm going with Braun Strowman on that one. He's due. He's due for a good push. I got my bonus pack with the one guaranteed Undertaker exclusive card, as well as the, it doesn't say it here on here anywhere, but you get one of the Battle Royal, speaking of. So I have Tyler Breeze, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Contender. So that's what they look like. And you see the little plaque of Andre the Giant. So I think Braun Strowman would be a good choice to win it. I mean, they're building him up to be a monster. And if he can't beat a bunch of jobbers that are really on the show just to get them the WrestleMania paycheck, what are they doing? Also on the pre-show is Neville versus Austin Aries. I'm a huge Austin Aries fan. I'm excited to see him in the WWE. And I'm going to take him for his first win on the big stage. Or the pre-show, the big stage anyway, over Neville. Although it wouldn't surprise me if Neville won just as a little reward for towing the company line so long. Also, we have the Club versus Enzo, Big Cass versus Sheamus and Cesaro. It's a ladder three-way tag team match. None of them are high flyers. None of them really scream ladder match. I'm going to go ahead and take the Club to really establish some dominance. So these are what the cards look like this year. See that? They got the little picture there, pretty standard. You got Zack Ryder, I don't know, superstar. Seems to be a little strong on that title. But that's what they look like. We got Luke Harper right there. We got the Hall of Fame subset, which was actually very well done this year. Rick Rude was inducted. The Rock and Rollers were inducted. It was all the speeches were fantastic. All the introductions were fantastic. And this is John Cena inducts Snoop Dogg into the Hall of Fame. We got a little update on the build-up. Cesaro makes his return. These are storyline cards here. Charlotte defeats Natalia. Seth Rollins returns and then quickly goes out with another injury. And Team USA defeats the Multinational Alliance, which I don't even remember happening, so that's how exciting that was. Moving on to the main card, they moved the SmackDown Women's. Both women's belts are being defended in multi-way fashion. SmackDown, I just see Naomi winning again. I think she's the one getting the push, and this is going to be the payoff. Wow, talk about stretching the definition of superstar. R-Truth. We got a John Cena defeats Booker T for the United States Championship. This is a John Cena tribute insert, 5 out of 40. So even in the cards, you have John Cena running ramp shot over everyone. And then we got the storyline cards. Kalisto, who I haven't heard of in a while. Brock Lesnar. Dean Ambrose. And the great one, AJ Styles. So Naomi's going to take the SmackDown Women's Championship, I feel. And then we'll go on to Jericho versus Owens. Great build-up, great feud on this one. I love Kevin Owens. I love Jericho. Jericho's been around for so long. I remember him in the WCW days. Great superstar. Very excited. Hey, here's Kevin Owens there for you. So talking about him, and he's my pick for winning the Jericho-Owens match. I think Jericho's going to take time off, go back and do his tour with his band and such. So this will be a great chance to set up Owens as really a destructive force. You know, why not? He has to have the payoff, especially if Jericho is leaving. Here's a card for Charlotte that is actually pretty awesome. Charlotte, a fantastic wrestler in her own right, and there she is doing the jump across. So Owens over Jericho. I think that's that's one of my no-brainers, really, unless they want to give Jericho a decent send-off, which I don't think they do. Talk about another superstar who's not a superstar. One of the reasons you don't watch Raw, Stephanie McMahon. Dean Ambrose, decent enough. Apollo Crews, a lot of potential there. You got anything? I mean, these are just storylines. They just show, they actually have the dates on them, which is pretty cool. So 7/24/16, Ambrose defeats Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, the Battle of the Old Shield Brothers. So they're really storyline. They wrap up the year, how we got to WrestleMania. Following up the Jericho versus Owens, we have AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Now this one I find offensive on a base level. Don't like it. I hate how another McMahon's in WrestleMania. He's fighting one of the best wrestlers in the world, and it's nonsense. He shouldn't even carry AJ Styles' jockstrap. I mean, Shane is. I mean, he's going to try hard. It's going to be up to AJ to carry the match, but I'm just not interested in seeing it. And I love AJ Styles. I saw him when he wrestled in West Warwick at was it the XWA local promotion before he got signed with WWE. Waste of talent. Just an absolute waste. I can't stand it. I know there's going to be a big spot for Shane. I just hope he doesn't hurt AJ Styles. Then we go on to Rollins versus Triple H. Again, here we go. Triple H, another McMahon, inserted himself into the WrestleMania payday versus Rollins. Did I pick a winner there? AJ Styles goes over Shane. There's no way AJ Styles loses 2 WrestleManias in a row, right? I hope not. The Big Show, he actually lost a lot of weight since then, so good on him. So Rollins versus Triple H, I'm going to go in every conceivable fashion, Rollins goes over Triple H. There's no way, speaking of big jumps, Shane McMahon gets one of the better cards in the set, of course. There is absolutely no way that Rollins doesn't beat Triple H. It's a natural payoff to all the storylines. But then Triple H is a McMahon now. He married into the family. He runs a lot of things. He's coming out for WrestleMania. Much like what he did with Sting. And you said, well, of course Sting is going to win. He's going to go out on a WrestleMania high. And then Triple H beat him. And then the NWO came out to help Sting, even though he never was in part of it. It was, so I'm picking Triple H. I don't think he has the confidence to actually lose to Rollins. As sad as that may be, I think it's just a fact of life with Triple H. I don't know, he's just too big of an ego to go on, and oh my God, horrible. All right, so we'll move on. Ambrose versus Corbin. That's a throw up. I don't know who to pick, so I'm going to go with Ambrose because he's been a good company man. Speaking of superstars, good company man for a few years now. He's suffered quite a few defeats. Corbin's still new. I don't see him getting a WrestleMania victory this early, so I'm going to go with Ambrose. Here's another John Cena subset I'll throw in the trash. Jericho, very cool. Following up the Ambrose match, going to go with the Raw. Was it 6-way? Now, this is coming down to 2 people, Charlotte or Bayley. And if I'm going to choose between the 2 of them, I'm going to go with the one who's Ric Flair's daughter in the biggest, pay-per-view of the year. So I'll go with Charlotte, even though Bayley has a good chance. Summer Rae. Following up that will be Reigns Undertaker. This one is another one I can't figure out why they're doing it. It makes no sense to either of them. The only thing I can think of is after the match, no matter what happens, Roman Reigns will take out The Undertaker in such brutal fashion that he'll finally turn heel. I mean, he should have turned heel 5 years ago. It seems like 5 years ago. They've been pushing him as a headliner. Will he do it? I don't know. I mean, can Undertaker beat Reigns? I mean, Undertaker could barely walk, but if he beats Reigns, that really makes Reigns look like I mean, God, come on. This is ridiculous. But if Reigns wins, I don't know. Undertaker losing 2 matches in a row. They're going to just keep bringing on Undertaker to job to people. Reigns should win. But I think Undertaker may cheat, get the victory, then Reigns snaps and turns. But I guess I'll take Undertaker because Reigns makes too much sense. Then we have the most anticipated match of the night. Cena and Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. I'm going to just take Cena because he's John Cena, and why would he lose on the biggest stage of the year? Then some of the more interesting matches. Ha ha ha, just kidding on that. We have Goldberg versus Lesnar. Now, they set up this match by having Lesnar lose to Goldberg twice in, 2 minutes apiece. Hey, Diamond Dallas Page just got inducted in the Hall of Fame. There has to be a payoff. Goldberg can't lose again, so let's take Goldberg in under 2 minutes. Why not? I'm sorry, Lesnar. Lesnar can't lose for the 3rd time. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, either way, the champion will have the belt for Raw, and he won't be appearing on every Raw, which to me is absolutely asinine. The champion should be on each and every episode of Raw. Or why are they champions? I'm old enough to remember when someone did a defend within 30 days, they were stripped of the belt. So Lesnar wins, but I don't know. How does Lesnar lose 3 in a row? Unless he's leaving the company. But Goldberg, he's not going to be there every Monday. They got to get the belt off of these 2 losers. It's just going to be a train wreck, and hopefully nobody gets seriously hurt. And finally, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Can Randy Orton win in the main event of WrestleMania? Is that what people want to see? I say no. I say give it to Bray Wyatt. Let him take the ball and run with it. They've built him up for years. They've dropped the ball numerous times thanks to Vince McMahon. When Bray Wyatt was written and created backstage, he watched hours of video of Charles Manson and other serial killers to get into that mindset, the rhythm of speaking from craziness, to inspire people to do crazy deeds. Vince McMahon saw him as an Undertaker character. He's the one who wanted like the weird stuff, the rocking chair by itself in the middle of the ring. Those were all Vince McMahon's ideas. Bray Wyatt had a different feel for what it was going to be, what it should be. And hopefully they're going to give him the ball and run with it. So I'm picking Wyatt in the main event of WrestleMania. Make him a superstar. Give him the ball and run, because Orton nobody cares about. So those are my WrestleMania predictions. Will I be right? Will I be wrong? I don't know. Probably wrong, because there's normal thinking, rational thinking, and then there's WWE thinking, and you can never tell what they're going to do. So hopefully you'll enjoy WrestleMania. I'll come back a little bit later, join in WrestleMania in progress. And the next video, I'll do a wrap-up and talk about how I did, because why not? It's interesting to do. So thank you very much for watching. Sorry about the delay. I tried to do something, again, special with this, do a nice pick show, but time was against me, and I wanted to get this out and upload it at least before WrestleMania. So if you watch this before WrestleMania, let me know about your picks, how you did, what you thought of the show, and I'll be back again soon with Lucas in tow for another video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.